Hello, bonjour. My name is Myriam Achar, and I'm coming to you today from Montreal. I'm a Chief New Media Partnerships and PR at the FI Center in Montreal. Very happy to be with you today. Very happy to be with this amazing team behind Symbiotica. It has been a pleasure to mentor them for the last month. We spent some times in the fall together. We spent some times in the early winter, and it was really a pleasure to discuss, to exchange, and to see the evolution of this project. So I will start actually with the first question to you guys, and I wanted to ask you, where did this idea uh, came from? I'm familiar with the first project that you did together that I've seen in Sundance, but I would really like to hear about this new project, Symbiotica, and where this idea came from. Who wants to start?
Thanks for your question. So, Haifa was a story about fungi being a very important agent for bioremediation on Earth, but they had to do so um, through becoming an organism that is multiple. So they had to bond in a very emotional way, but also physically with a root of the tree. So that's where we started our research into symbiotic beings and into collaboration. And after we started writing the script down of Haifa, I started to research about the Internet of the Plants, which is the mycorrhiza, I mean, the mushrooms becoming a network for the trees around the forest. And that way they will exchange messages of chemicals, of threats, of nutrients, and that way they would only nourish them, all of them together if they would collaborate, if they would communicate. And that's how we started to think about symbiosis and therefore symbiotica. Um, as a way to have a multi-user experience where you could be different parts of this symbiotic environment, um, and that lets us lead us to this today.
My next question would be, and maybe for you, Seba, how has the lab enriched your vision and ideas on the concept?
Well, hello to everyone. I think participating in this lab has been an incredibly enriched experience. We had the opportunity to work side by side with our classmates or other alumni from CPH lab. That was from the beginning incredibly productive and very collaborative sessions. They were always pushing us towards understanding one another, and at the same time taking risks with our projects for change. That has been something that has really been like the subject of this whole lab: adaptation, change, and like riding the wave a little bit. It's been a very beautiful wave to go through with different people. Having you as a mentor, especially during this last part, of more productive part of the lab, has been incredibly important because we come from Chile, that it's a very far away place where we don't have that much scene working here with the concepts and the format that we're working. So for us having the opportunity to share with others that are also working in the top of their game with different concepts and different ideas that are really important to put forward in these new formats. A lot of them have to do with environmental issues, perceptions issues, identity issues that are really important in nowadays. For us has been a way of understanding our process much more into a humanistic, post-humanistic perspective, uh, dealing with this pandemic era. even though we don't have the opportunity to go to Copenhagen and be with you guys, it has been a very beautiful process to having to concrete this virtual platform, having to at the same time congregate people in a social VR space has been our challenge. And I think that the other projects, the mentorship from Miriam, from Mark, from everyone in the lab, from the other mentors from the other projects too, has been very very important in this last part of not having to change as an obstacle, but more of thinking about change as a meaning, if you may say so. So we need to understand change as part of our identities. Uh, and fluidity has been really, really important in this part. I think that you realize that the other projects in the festival and it's the ones that participate in CPH Lab, but even though the other ones that are part of the curatorship of this year program, a lot of them uh, push that meaning, push that concept about fluidity from different formats, from different platforms into this new way of storytelling. I found it very amazing what different projects came up to in these very, very challenging times.
We were saying, like, so sad not to be able to see each other in Copenhagen, and after all this work you guys did, not to be able to be present must be really tough. But I'm sure maybe in a year time from now we'll be able to get together. But I would like to hear you about, um, what would you like the user to take home from Symbiotica? The people that will experience your piece, what do you want them to think about after the piece, or to explore? What's your take on that?
For us, it's really important that the user may take home the idea that we are not just individuals. We are not bodies that are separated from each other, but we are more of a collective being, just like Lycan. So inside our bodies, there's a whole environment that's living. Even on top of our bodies, there's a whole environment that's living. And we would like for you to realize that when entering Symbiotica, there are more obvious consciousness about us being an environment. So we wish that people would take home that consciousness about being a collective being, about spreading toward others what you want to spread within yourself, about taking care of the environment as you are part of it yourself. I think that reflection that we're all thread within each other and we're all part of this community, it's something that for us is very important, even from a political perspective. We believe in change as something that has to come from a collective being, from a collaborative space, and we hope so that humanity is going to be able to reach that by understanding nature, understanding biology in a non-competitive way,
I think what you just said is really beautiful, and I'm sure that it will invite, like, a lot of people will really want to experiment Symbiotica. Nati, Juan, Seba, it was an honor to spend some time with you in the last year. I wish you and your project all the best. And I don't know who wants to say a few words to finish our conversation.
Well, we are very thankful to you also and to all the participants in the lab. The experience was so amazing and new to us. The creative exchange, I think, it's one of the most important parts of it, and it 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 has been very inspiring to participate and to get to know all the people and all the projects and how this environmentally engaged art we think it has the potential and it has the duty to communicate this scientific knowledge or this I don't know, activism, because we believe that art has the power to change the world. So we are very, very thankful for this opportunity.
I love it. Art has the power to change the world. I agree with you 100%. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Miriam.